Olá, boa noite, muito boa noite, meus caros ouvintes e visualizadores. Então, sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódiozinho da nossa série Hogwarts Legacy. Estou aqui a reparar, deixa-me só. Pronto, assim está bom. Mais um episódiozinho da nossa série Hogwarts Legacy. Portanto, hoje vamos continuar de onde ficámos da última vez. Portanto, se bem se lembram, nós parámos no dragão. Portanto, nós fomos lá para o sítio dos poachers, né? E tivemos com o dragão, fomos ajudar a libertá-lo. Portanto, é onde estamos hoje. Então, sem mais demoras, vamos lá. Nós estamos aqui naquele dragão que nós soltámos. Eu, entretanto, comecei a falar com o Poppy porque achei que fosse uma missão secundária. Mas assim percebi que não era, parei logo porque, pronto, convinha ver isto em live. Então,
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
Revelio.
estes lobos vão nos chatear, portanto deixamos já acabar com eles antes que...
I wonder how many they brought to capture.
Petrifacus totalis.
At least 10 usually.
Pronto. Que assim posso andar normal, é mais fácil.
Reparo. There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step.
Para descer? Yeah. Oh, está um bicho morto aqui.
Or just raring for a fight.
What was that?
That what? E pronto, já nos viu.
Back now.
What? And closer to her nest. Onde é que está o nest? Vamos lá.
But she'd still be able to smell you.
Holy crap.
Watch out! It's her domain. She'll make sure. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
She's making it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get to that, we can get to the nest.
Não, 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 não.
Look, underneath her. I think we're close.
Sim, deixa lá ela cuspir mais uma vez. Bora, 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 bora.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there.
Revelio.
Why
Reparo.
is every bridge here broken?
Oh, se calhar é um fucking dragão.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss.
Eu por mim ficava com o ovo, mas isso sou eu. Vais cair. Agora como o ovo. Não é todos os dias que se tem um dragão na tua cara e não levas com um bafo
That
de
was
fogo.
brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Well,
That's rather generous, isn't it? She did try to kill us the entire time.
Only until she saw her egg, at which point I thought she rather warmed to us. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
pronto, isto era uma espécie de make side missions, mas fazia parte da história ainda. Mas não era daquelas amarelas, tipo, não é das missões principais mesmo. Portanto, ainda tenho estas duas para fazer. Vamos já fazer a do Sebastian, que eu quero ter o Imperial, que é outra maldição da morte. Outra maldição da morte, não, outra maldição imperdoável. E portanto eu estava à espera para fazer também a live, já que são só 3, quero ter as 3 em live.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do.
Esta relíquia que ele está a falar é uma relíquia que diz que pode desfazer maldições. E por isso, como a irmã dele tem aquela maldição das dores, do nada, tipo ela tem dores, ele pensa que a relíquia
I'm sure
possa
that foul
ser
smell is the scent of success.
Revelio.
o
Try not to
suficiente.
lose your nerve just yet.
Logo assim. Nem me deixas carregar a catacumba.
Bombarda. Defender.
Aí é bem, onde é que esta saiu?
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Perhaps that was it.
Estou a levar dano,
And the
ok.
rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Estou a levar dano.
Don't
Mas não
start.
não sei porquê.
Accio. Opening all of these is tempting. Revelio. Accio.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is justified.
Incendio.
This room is taller than it looks.
Accio. Confringo.
Bom,
Accio.
vamos lá ver o que é aquilo, não é?
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
E subir para nada. Ah, está aqui um baúzito.
Finding a
Pronto.
chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Pronto, ok. Ah, está aqui mais um.
Levioso.
Não é isto que eu quero.
Accio.
É este. Ai,
Revelio.
isto é com cada um. Ok, mas não, está tudo. Vamos agora.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Defender.
Deixa-me só aqui. Só para. Vou dar jeito.
Glacius. Protego. Descendo. Crucible. Confringo.
We've
Bombarda.
rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better.
Incendio. Accio.
Ah, está tudo.
Revelio.
Sabem que eu ando sempre a ver os baús e essas coisas, portanto acho que é importante ter. Pá, dar uma espreita dela
Watch
nas
your
cenas
step.
todas.
I nearly slipped there.
Espera aí, que aqui já estou a ver cá muitas aranhas. Lá ver se é para baixo. Não, mas já de ser para aqui. Não, então ali estava bem. Estávamos aí bem.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Defender. Protego. Stupefy.
All this grass. It no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs
Revelio.
that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems. Often
Confringo.
cave.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine though.
Ah, ok. Ah, we'll be fine, se o Sebastian diz. Vamos embora, porque ele é que sabe, não é? Ele é que percebe disto. Ele é que anda sempre nos sítios que não pode.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Confringo! Revelio.
O que é que poderá ser? Não sei o que. Pá, eles aqui.
Levioso.
Eu estou basicamente a desbloquear, tipo, a abrir aquilo que eles têm que possa vir a ser útil, não é?
Revelio.
Portanto, isto aqui, o que é que pode ser?
Levioso.
Viu-se?
Accio.
Isto. Não, isto claramente deve ser para pôr aqui um esqueleto. Ah, está aqui.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Pronto. Um.
There's something here by the altar. Accio. Revelio.
Está aí o esqueleto.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Pronto, agora a porta abre, não é?
What did you find?
Espera aí, antes de ir falar contigo, deixa-me ir aqui só buscar coisas. Porque
Revelio.
isto aqui
Accio.
está o material em mão.
We're in the tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Accio.
E nunca se sabe o que é que pode ser preciso. Ok, aqui está mais uma caveira que não era para estar. Portanto, se calhar
Accio. Wingardium
tem que ser mais
Leviosa.
uma. Já foi? Ah, já foi.
Revelio.
Mas aqui ainda não entrei neste. Deixa-me lá ver o que é este. Vai ser para sair pelaquela porta, isso é praticamente certo.
We've made it this far, but clearly we have more to do. Accio. Confringo. Incendio. Accio.
Well, se calhar afinal temos que
I need
voltar
to find
cá.
a safe way across.
Exato. Pois, isto deve ser para ir falar com ele. E depois já se entra. Aquela porta se calhar vai-nos dar acesso a qualquer coisa. Para depois vir por aqui, não sei. Diz-me lá, meu puto, então, o que é que viste?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced a space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. I have the report if you want to have a look. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades. I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it. But I surmise if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant.
Ok, então, the catacomb assignment healed more than I imagined. I learned about ancestors was illuminating. However, I stumbled upon something else I could not ignore. A near behind the great room which had to suffer the decay. I returned in the sarcophagi and discovered an oddly specific relic. Since the power we through the study relic friendly found the removal objects were allowed. Ok,
There's
portanto
more
isto
to this than even I imagined.
é aquela relíquia que eles tinham falado inicialmente.
Revelio.
Não era aqui, era nesta aqui do lado. Pronto, esta abriu, vamos ver o que é que isto, para onde é que isto leva.
Before we trudge on further, I've just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperius Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Yes! How do you know?
Where did you learn the Imperius Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in
Estão a ver o
handy.
que eu digo? Que ele é mau amigo?
think you
É
want to
mau,
know it.
má influência. Ele sabe a Imperius, ele sabe a Cruciatus, com jeitinho também sabe a de matar.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
Ok, I'd like to learn.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Ok, complexo, giro.
Here we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Já são dois.
Imperio.
Logo assim, é maluca.
Confringo.
Crucial.
Ok. Esta está sob o efeito. Deixa-me ver quanto tempo é que fica.
Confringo.
Não, já te passou a vantagem?
Potato. Stupefy.
Olha. Não dura assim tanto tempo. Mas é pá, pode ser que ela ataque os outros e isso era fixe. É, por acaso ia dar algum jeitinho. Olha aqui.
Confringo.
Bomba.
Accio.
Vamos lá.
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try. That worked. Keep going.
Incendio. Confringo. Depulso. Accio.
O que é isto aqui? Ok, isto está de ser útil depois para qualquer coisa. Ah, é mais uma daquelas cenas. Portanto, esta aqui primeiro.
Levioso.
Deixa-me pôr
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
aqui. E eu tenho que abrir mais portas, portanto isto está de ser uma combinação.
Accio.
Eu não sei se é aleatória, se não. Ah, já percebi como é que isto funciona.
Accio.
As portas têm dois símbolos e nós e pronto, tipo, nós podemos escolher aquilo que queremos, ou seja, já não é preciso, acho eu. Ou ainda é, por exemplo, aqui ó, tem este símbolo aqui e este. Portanto, seria este
Accio.
e este. Viram? Simples.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Mais um? Ah não, ok.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Revelio.
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Protego. Stupid. Stupid. Defender. Bombarda. Stupid. Protego. Bombarda.
Então, está na hora de usarmos alguém para nos ajudar. Ah,
Protego. Stupid. Confringo. Bombarda. Defender. Levioso. Depulso. Incendio. Confringo. Glacius. Expelliarmus. Defender. For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
yep.
Revelio.
Se calhar não devíamos estar aqui, né? Se calhar isto é um sítio que não era para estar. Mas pronto. Mas isso sou só eu que não sou um Gryffindor.
Levioso. Confringo.
Não é? Devia ser. Isto é tipo jogo para Gryffindor jogarem.
Dead end.
Accio.
All that for nothing.
Calma,
Hold
nada,
on.
nada.
Don't give up
Vamos.
yet. Sebastian, the relic. Look.
The relic!
Could it be?
Revelio.
Aí, já vou.
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is
Já
meant
que
to
estamos
be.
aqui,
For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle.
olha, pronto.
Is that ominous?
O que é que este gajo está aqui a fazer?
Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine. But Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Pá, agora aqui temos uma boa questão, que é... Eu não gosto do Ominous. Portanto, pá, eu não gosto do Ominous. Mas também não gosto do Sebastian.
Right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperio?
Fazemos Imperial no Sebastian ou não? Não.
Now that you say it out loud, it sounds absurd. But I have another idea. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more.
Pronto.
I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
Eu tinha aqui
What?
ainda aqui buscar
Ominous?
qualquer coisa.
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
Pois, mas eu não sei onde é que era. Acho que era para aqui.
Confringo!
Afinal ainda tenho que lutar aqui com mais umas quantas. Vamos lá.
Imperial!
Crucial.
Levioso! Confringo! Defendo! Bombarda!
Accio.
Confringo! Incendio! Protego!
Incendio. Accio.
Stupto! Confringo!
Incendio.
Capolso!
Expelliarmus.
Protego! Defendo! Confringo! Levioso! Confringo!
Mas eu gostava de... ok.
Revelio.
Não, porque eu quero vir buscar os baúzinhos todos para não estar com... Pá, tipo, só aqui, tipo, à toa. Porque assim não tenho que voltar cá. Porque isto dá sempre para voltar, não é? Isto é um sítio que nós conseguimos escolher voltar. Mas prefiro ter logo tudo tratado.
Levioso! Confringo!
Então. Que estes baús aqui normalmente não são nas giras. Até é tudo under the fight, depois temos que ir lá ao coisa meter...
Levioso! Confringo!
Revelio.
Ok. Portanto, aqui antes de mais, deixa-me só aqui reabastecer com o que já dá para reabastecer. E o que falta então...
Accio.
Vamos lá. Umba. Nada. Umba. Aranhas. E um baúzito, vá. Mais alguma coisa? Não? Não. Portanto, agora sim podemos ir.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
Bom, se eu cair aqui eu não consigo voltar, não é?
Revelio.
E isso pode ser um pequeno problema.
Confringo.
Just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him all over again.
Eu aqui preciso... sei lá, posso pôr assim.
Lumos.
Pois eu aqui não
Accio.
consigo. Ah, vamos arriscar, olha, vamos ver.
Lumos. Defendo.
Não, não é a Defender que eu quero, é o Confringo.
Lumos. Confringo. Lumos.
Ah, sai daqui. Sai daqui. Por que eu estou a levar antes se tem a luz acesa?
Confringo.
Ah, assim
Lumos.
sim. Pronto, sai.
Confringo.
Pumba.
Lumos.
Ok, eu consigo ir aqui. E agora
Accio.
pumba. Aqui ó. Aqui ó.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Ok.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Rickety Bone
Ah.
Bridge complete.
Assim sim. Pois. Quem sabe, sabe, não é?
Revelio.
Deixa-me lá ver para onde é que isto vai. Se for só para apanhar tipo meia dúzia de cascóis, vale a pena.
Accio. Revelio.
Ela- Ah, já estive aqui, não tive? I guess, yeah. Yeah, aquilo foi onde nós estivemos. Portanto, agora há de ser para subir por aqui para voltar para o caminho de onde viemos. Yeah, é isso.
As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne.
Por que eu não consigo voar aqui? Devia dar para voar. Mas pronto, lá vamos andar meio metro a pé.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her.
Calma, deixa girar um bocadinho do mundo. Temos tempo. Não é que vai a algum lado agora? Pronto.
Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet.
Pois, já estou a ver o fumo. Provavelmente já meteram fogo aqui a isto.
Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
E
Let's
claro que
hurry.
2 alunos de Hogwarts é que vão tratar. Ah,
Revelio.
meus caros. Ora, muito bom dia. Isto vai começar logo assim. Não dá. Logo assim. Então. É, tá lagado.
Bombarda! Oh, you Defender!
Sebastian! Be careful! Mine!
We'll make them Sebastian, you fool! Bombarda! Stop provoking them! I'm handling it. I'm handling it! Defender! Yes! Truly! I don't have time for this! Put me down! Keep out the way! Defender! Bombarda! Protego! Stupefy! Coward! Confringo! Incendio!
To the right!
Pumba, já foste.
Imperio!
É lá.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
Teve que ser, meu caro.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension
Yeah.
a bit.
Eu que também
You may be
usei
right.
a maldição.
Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Vá lá falar com o tio dela.
Revelio.
Pode ser que não me tenha visto a mim a usar o Imperial. Aliás, espera aí, deixa-me só aqui. Sabe-me na frente dele,
What was
sabe?
he thinking?
Imperio.
Pronto, agora sim.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic, even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately.
É assim, deixa-me só aqui meter pausa. É assim, as maldições imperdoáveis, ele tem razão. São imperdoáveis por alguma razão. E obviamente que eu aqui estou numa de utilizá-las mais porque tenho a versão deluxe do jogo. E porque pronto, porque é uma coisa que que eu tenho direito a experimentar. Mas se isto fosse, por exemplo, eu a jogar como eu faria, para já eu não andava aqui atrás destas coisas que eles andam a fazer, porque eu acho só estúpido. Mas, porque pá, imagina, não me diz respeito, somos um aluno de Hogwarts, pá, não temos que andar aqui, isso é super perigoso. Então, pronto, mas vamos ver.
I've always said that travel
Brothers the Mind.
Did you speak with my uncle?
Sim.
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I appreciate you setting our earlier discussion aside for now. Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. "This will keep you safe," she said. "It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet."
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
Ok.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this.
Como é que é, meus putos? Ainda falta mais um a
Welcome
aparecer.
back.
Yes, welcome.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Como é, meu puto? Está tudo?
Protego!
Opa, até me assustei.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Má influência, meu.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him we're to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Well, Professor Black, so be respectful if you don't want to be punished or cursed.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Que é boils?
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Boils é tipo hemorráias, não é?
When I
Agora
witness
não
what
sei.
passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn.
What could the headmaster want?
O que é que tu queres?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley! What are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
Carrega, calma. Calma, respira bocadinho.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Ah, para de lagar.
Headmaster, here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Eu estou a trollar, bué, tipo, a minha personagem está a trollar muito.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you have.
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Greetings.
Pergunto-me o mesmo.
I mean, out of my way, children.
Pareceu-me ouvir um... Ah, não dá para usar feitiços, não dá para usar nada agora.
Oh no, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible. I mean, I've seen them about. I mean, yes, sir.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Mas eu estou a judiar, é, mano, tipo, imagina, eu não consigo disfarçar, eu estou bué a brincar com a malta toda.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Professor, a word, please.
No.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Tá calado.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand this.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrub.
Attention, students. I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the elegant banners of Ravenclaw. I shall be taking no questions at this time. Or ever. Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Eu já não me lembro de qual era o coisa. Eu acho que era The Purity of Blood. Não tenho a certeza.
Pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Pois, eu já estou a começar a arrotar, é porque a pressão já está a passar. Yeah.
I best get out of sight.
Yeah. Também a falar com tanto estudante.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
It's toujours pur.
Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Acho que não. Eu até devia ter aqui isto no tipo secreto, né? Tipo, estar com o feitiço aquele. Mas pronto. É lá.
Revelio.
Bom, eu já acabei. Portanto, vamos só aqui dar uma espreitadela. Não!
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
You're big.
Revelio.
Ok. Não, eu quero isto que está aqui. Este que está aqui o papel. Oh,
Accio.
Olha, não dá, não interessa. Deixa eu ver o que é que há mais.
That must be the pedestal.
Well, let's use it. Vamos ver. O escritório do diretor é bada bonito, mas nos filmes está um bocadinho diferente. Aqui não dá para ver a cama nem nada disso. Deve estar numa antecâmara qualquer, daquelas tipo entradas que temos que desbloquear o cadeado. Está lá uma de nível 3, é capaz de ser preciso.
Where am I?
What?
Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve.
Aí é bem.
You shall be witness to a fable.
Estou nos ácidos.
Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me.
Estou todo lagado, não consigo mexer.
The first you will need is a cloak.
Ok, dá-me a entender que estou num livro. Será o conto dos
In
três
this
irmãos?
place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Eu consigo usar o Petrificus ou não? Ok, não consigo entrar. Eu não sei o que é para fazer, eu estou só a ir para onde está o pontinho.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be?
Não, eu não consigo disparar aquele feitiço básico. Como é que é suposto sair daqui? Será que dá por aqui? Não. É que os gajos não saem daqui, tipo.
I need to time this just right.
É para ir para onde? Deve ser para ir para ali para a frente. Bora, 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 bora.
I see.
Aqui.
A staircase straight ahead.
Staircase, onde? Eu não vejo staircase nenhuma. Ok. Bora, 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 bora. Eu não vi staircase nenhuma, não sei onde é que ele desencantou a staircase, mas pronto. Há de ser para ir para... Ai, 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 que susto! Ah, cagaço que eu apanhei! Não, mas viu-me ou não me viu?
How could this happen?
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Too late.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere.
Mas está aqui o bicho. Ah não, isto é uma gaja. Como é que é suposto eu sair
Too
daqui?
many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
Mas eles não podem... Eles... Pá, bota mesmo.
That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them.
Pois eu também gostava de saber como é que é isso. Porque ele está a olhar para aqui, se eu mexer ele vai me ver. Ok. Estou só mesmo a ver, tipo, quando eles olham para o lado eu passo mesmo. Ela vai me
Nothing this
ver.
way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward.
Ok, está aqui umas escadas. Mal deu para ver. Ah, dá para usar o Revelio já. Ok, nice. Pode ser que ajude. Ai, 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 está aqui o bicho. Ok. Opa, não. Não vais para aqui, pai, não. Ok.
Now's my chance.
Por que é que eu não consigo correr? Ah, está-me a irritar tanto não conseguir correr. Pronto. Ah, eu acho que é para seguir por aqui. Eu estou só mesmo a seguir. Não faço a mínima o que é para fazer aqui.
Can this be? I think I'm
Invisibility
invisible.
cloak? A cloak, a sério? É a invisibilidade que não consegue ser detectável, é só com esta Invisibility Cloak. Se for a mesma do conto dos três irmãos, portanto, se fizer parte das relíquias da morte. Como é que eu subo? Porquê é que eu não estou a conseguir subir? Deve ser para ir por aqui. Agora posso passar à vontade, não é?
They can't see me at all.
Yeah.
I can get closer to them.
Está descrito no livro que era mesmo a única maneira de
This is the way
escapar à
forward.
morte. Era
Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
Os óculos também ficaram em casa.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide.
Olha a varinha das
Wield the
varinhas.
wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
Well, let's go. Temos a varinha das varinhas.
I've never felt such power.
Pois claro, meu caro. Tens a fucking varinha das varinhas. Ah, ok, eles só me deixam mesmo usar estes feitiços que aqui estão. Ok.
Bombada.
Ai, é bem que é potente. E claro que vão aparecer à minha frente, não é?
Depulsor. Bombada. Potato.
Está tudo lagado.
Descendo. Depulsor. Bombada.
Eu não faço a mínima o que é para fazer. Estou só mesmo a carregar em cenas e seguir cenas.
Revelio. Bombada. Descendo. Defendo. Bombada. Depulsor. Potato. Stupid one. Descendo. Bombada. Stupid one. Descendo. Defendo. Bombada. Depulsor. Descendo. Stupid one.
Esta varinha é super potente mesmo.
Descendo. Bombada. Defendo. Depulsor. Potato. Descendo. Stupid. Bombada. Descendo. Stupid one. Depulsor. Bombada. Descendo. Depulsor. Descendo. Revelio.
Estou à toa. Esta parte do jogo está a ser tão estúpida.
Protego. Stupefy. Depulso. Descendo. Stupefy.
Vamos ver se dá para mudar feitiços. Não.
Descendo. Defendo. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Stupefy. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Defend. Descendo. Depulso. Depulso. Descendo. Protego. Bombarda. Descendo. Depulso. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Descendo. Bombarda.
Outro! Mas isto é de seguida?
Protego. Depulso. Bombarda. Descendo.
Isto é nível 32, eu não devia estar aqui a fazer...
Bombarda. Depulso.
Não devia estar a batalhar com este bicho.
Descendo. Depulso. Defendo. Descendo. Depulso.
Estou só a carregar em botões à toa mesmo.
Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Descendo. Defendo. Depulso. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Defendo. Depulso. Protego. Stupefy. Descendo. Bombarda.
Não está? Ou vais spawnar mais um troll? Ah, não está, falta este.
Defendo.
Pronto, já foste. E agora, morte, como é que é? Ah,
Bombarda. Depulso. Protego. Descendo.
olha bem, agora são dois.
Defendo. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Depulso. Bombarda. Defendo. Descendo. Depulso. Bombarda.
É só spamar, malta, é só spamar.
Protego. Stupefy. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo.
Pronto, mais um já foi.
Descendo. Depulso. Protego. Depulso. Descendo. Depulso. Bombarda. Stupefy. Depulso. Bombarda. Stupefy. Descendo. Defendo. Bombardego. Stupefy. Bombarda. Descendo. Bombarda. Descendo.
Bombarder, Depulsor, Defender, Protego, Stupid, Bombarder, Descender, Depulsor, Bombarder, Defender.
Foi?
Stupid, Defender.
Temos tudo? Está a ser intenso. Onde foste embora? Pronto. Epá, este aqui foi puxadote. Eu não tinha nível para isto. Gastei 7 poções. Pronto, vamos lá. Siga. Diz-me deixar correr, mas pronto. E agora tem que ser a pedra da ressurreição já agora.
A simple stone.
Yep.
This must be for me.
Não sei o que é que poderá ser, o que é que poderemos fazer com isto, mas vamos lá ver.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing.
She's gone.
Dear sweet Neve.
Neve. May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
Hello? Temos que o trazer de volta, é isso?
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Vamos lá ver a tua memória então.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good
Ela tem
we could
vira-tempo
do.
ao pescoço, a outra.
Everyone is in some kind of pain.
Ah não, parecia.
What are you doing? Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Pá, este trail foi interessante mostrarem a cena dos talismãs, mas é tão estúpido a cena do preto e branco, isto se lagou tanto.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the Snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the Snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as much
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the Snidgets protected at all costs.
Yeah.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it.
Ok. Portanto, agora é completar as missões aqui que faltam. Estas secundárias eu vou ver se faço depois em off. E depois amanhã vamos continuar com a história. Portanto, temos que ir falar com o Sebastian novamente. Então, malta, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se gostaram, deixem o vosso like. Para quem está aí no YouTube, não se esqueça de inscrever no canal e partilhar aqui os vídeos. Portanto, tem uma playlistzinha que podem ver aqui carregando no i. Então, da minha parte é tudo. E até ao próximo episódio. Mal feito, feito.